You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, if you sat here today as a Green Bay Packers fan, you're probably a little worried. Yeah, you're probably a little worried. The team is 2-4. You dropped a game to a team we cover very in-depth on this channel, which is the Denver Broncos. Now, why do we cover them in depth? Because they're a dumpster fire rolling downhill on a tire fire. Okay? Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, it's been a disaster. It's been a disaster for 2 seasons. Funny, the only common denominator there is Russell Wilson. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. A lot of the other players are the same. Nonetheless, you got a different coach, and it's still a trash fire. Well, the Packers lost to them. 19-17, I believe, was the score, and Matt LaFleur come out after the game. He made some comments. I did a video yesterday where he seems to be baffled by what is going on right now, but he wants you to know, by God, he's got a ton of confidence. It is not wavering one bit in Jordan Love. Now, I said yesterday, look, if Jordan Love can't really play, and Gutekunst and LaFleur knew that, or they've been watching this guy practice for how long exactly? Behind the scenes this year, training camp, yada, yada, yada. And you let Aaron Rodgers go. You didn't stack a team around. I still didn't understand not stacking a team around Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady in New England, right? Yeah, Brady had some weapons occasionally, but you get the point. Went to Tampa, got Chris Godwin, got Mike Evans, got Cameron Brake, and won a Super Bowl. I mean, just that quick. So anyway, Matt LaFleur has come out. He has come out now, and he's saying, oh, I've got all kinds of confidence left in Jordan Love, but we're going to look at some stuff that may make you believe that maybe he shouldn't. Maybe he shouldn't have a lot of confidence in Jordan Love. In his first season as a starter, Love has struggled to adjust. Outside of a Week 1 outburst against Chicago, Love has avoided peaks and valleys, hasn't avoided peaks and valleys, which have led to inconsistent offense. In the past 4 games, the Green Bay offense has scored a total of 6 first-half points, including a 9-0 deficit on Sunday. Turnovers have been killer. Love throwing 6 interceptions in the past 3 games, 1 in the first 3 weeks. He's got 10 touchdowns and 7 picks. That is not a ratio you can live with in the NFL. Injuries hindering a young offense. Head coach Matt LaFleur reiterated the confidence that the Packers have in Love. Quote, it all works in unison. So the better everybody is around him, the better he's going to look. Matt LaFleur on Monday via ESPN. Quote, our confidence is not wavering in him one bit. Is this a dreaded vote of confidence? Can a coach give that to a quarterback and then yank him the way owners give the coach a dreaded vote of confidence and then fire his ass? Certainly as a play caller, you put a lot of onus on yourself when things aren't going well, and we'll continue to do that, but we've got to find a way to generate more points because when you're generating points, it's just a totally different narrative. So that's what Matt LaFleur came out and said. Every quarterback is better with pieces around him, but the upper echelon also raises the level of play of everybody who's around you on the field. That's a fact. That's a fact. Tom Brady was the example of that. I understand we're talking about Jordan Love. We're not talking about Tom Brady, but you get the point, right? Patrick Mahomes tends to make people better around him as well. So let's go over to LombardiAv.com because they revealed some rather troubling things about Green Bay's offense, and then we're going to look at some quarterbacks that is playing in Matt LaFleur's system, which is really Kyle Shanahan's system, that Shanahan tree. And I made a video yesterday, and I'm not a Bears fan, but I made a video talking about the Bears. We touched on Tyson Bagent and why he might actually be something, and it's because of one thing. So far, through 2 games, he's extremely accurate. Okay, and yes, you can improve accuracy. You can in the NFL. But a lot of times it's more of a natural skill. And a lot of Josh Allen was a rarity. You never see a 10% increase in accuracy, generally speaking. But you did with Josh Allen. But I'm going to tell you, it's really rare to ever see it now. You don't ever see that, really. He was an outlier, not the norm. So, it talks about excuses here for the offensive struggles. The Packers will publicly claim that they are fully behind Jordan Love and have confidence in him, but Matt LaFleur's actions prove otherwise. Interesting. LaFleur is calling plays like he doesn't trust his quarterback. And the first half numbers from Packers Week 7's matchup with the Denver Broncos paint a concerning picture. LaFleur is calling conservatively. Instead of pushing the ball down the field against the Broncos defense that ranked 32 in the NFL entering Week 7, he wants Love to get the ball out of his hands quickly. That means short, easy completions, but not so much offensive success. Yeah, he can say he's got confidence, but you see that bold lettering right there. Matt LaFleur has lost confidence in Jordan Love. Love completed 10 of 13 passes for 47 yards in the first half. That's 3.6 yards per completion. Yikes. This passing chart says it all. He only attempted one pass beyond 5 yards. Look at all that. Yikes. Yikes. That's crazy as hell. Why isn't LaFleur testing this struggling defense? The Packers have offensive weapons. With speed, Christian Watson, Luke Musgrave, there's no reason not to fire the ball deep. Look, at minimum, let's say you don't fire the ball deep. You still got to work in short to intermediate passing, okay? If you're going to be successful in the NFL, you've got to be accurate in short and short to intermediate passing. And by short to intermediate passing is going to be 10 yards to 20 yards, okay? Now, if you can be accurate there, you're probably going to do something in the NFL. The fact that they're not even taking a shot in this 10 to 20 area, let's even make it easier. Let's say inside the hashes right here. All right? Between this part that you see a lot of success from young quarterbacks, that's tight ends, that's slot receiver. Nothing. There's nothing there. That's kind of scary. There's no other explanation than LaFleur has no confidence in Love. When Love has thrown deep this season, the results have been inconsistent. Love has regularly led the league in average depth of target this year. In other words, he's throwing the ball deep, but he hasn't had any success. Love's overall completion entering Week 7 was 55.6. The game plan this week, deke and duck, and that didn't work. Green Bay is averaging 4.3 points in the first half this year. Yikes. Play calling, protection, receivers not making plays, you name it, but a lot of the Packers' offensive failures fall on Jordan Love. LaFleur's play calling in the first half of Week 7 shows his lack of confidence. So, this is Jordan Love, folks, okay? This is Jordan Love right here, and I'm going to point something out to you that would worry me. It would concern me, and that is appearing in 16 games, 7 starts in there, and a completion percentage of 58.3. Now, the 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions worries you as well, right? That does. But that number, that 58.3 in 16 games is frightening, I think, or should be frightening if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, okay? This is his games this year, 55, 56, 50, 63.9. That's better. 53.3. And then it went up to 67, but you see why LaFleur really babied the shit out of him. So I just said, let's do a quick comparison to other quarterbacks in Shanahan's system, which is what it is. All right. This is Tua. Yeah. Tua Tagovailoa, 62, 70, 88.5, 71, 73, 67.7, 71.9. He's 71.2 for the season. 15-6. Didn't look great the other night, but you get the point. Matthew Stafford, and by the way, Matthew Stafford is way down this year. But for his career, he's 63%, but I'm going to point something out to you. I mean, from 2015 on, 67, 65. By the way, that's about the time the passing era really took off. 67, 65, 65, 66, 64, 64, 67, 68, and then he's down at 60 this year. They've had some injuries, but you get the point. Again, the last 3 seasons of Shanahan's system, 67, 68, one of those years, Stafford won a Super Bowl under McVay, right? Shanahan's system. This would be the most troubling comparison, I think, because it's really similar in a lot of ways, except one was a first-round pick, the other one was a 7th-round pick. 67.5% for Brock Purdy in 16 games. 12 games started. 66.5% in his career. 3,000 yards. This would be the other part you'd like to see if you're a Jordan Love fan. 24 touchdowns, 7 picks. But 67.1 last year in his first game action ever. And 67.9 this year. I know he took it on the chin last night. But even in a bad game, 70%, 272, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. I mean, you know, if the ball bounces either way in a couple of different directions, the last 2 games, the Niners are still undefeated. So, you know, that's got headlines like this popping up now. Sean Clifford actually trended the other day. During that game, Packers fans are actually calling for the former Penn State quarterback. And I got to tell you, he looked really good. He looked really good. I mean, I'm just wondering. Sean Clifford just called Kareem Jackson a something after that hit on Musgrave. Sean Clifford officially down since day one. Saucy Sean Clifford. So, a lot of people, it's Sean Clifford time. Dear Packers, start Sean Clifford. I mean, guys, it's getting, as they used to say, an old saying I grew up with, it's getting late early. It's getting late early. And the biggest concern I would have is Jordan Love has gotten a lot of reps. A lot of reps. All right? Brock Purdy hasn't had nearly those kind of reps. Okay? And that's just one comparison, I know, but I wanted to bring up people that were in a similar system. And the fact that he's no more accurate, and this is a way down year for Matthew Stafford. All right? But the fact that Jordan Love is not, look, he has not shown he can be accurate in the NFL. And I believe in today's NFL where it's offense, 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 you got to roll 65%. Or you're just not, you're not playing at NFL starting quarterback level. And in this kind of offense, your accuracy should be, yeah, you should easily be 65%. If you're not, your job should be in jeopardy. And I got to tell you guys, I've always had this gut feeling about Jordan Love. I never thought he was the guy. I just didn't. I wondered what the hell Green Bay had been doing all this time. You know, I don't know that means Sean Clifford's the guy, but I just got this feeling about Jordan Love that he's not the guy. And right now, you don't even know if you have the coach. This has turned out bad. Look, a lot of people still pick the Packers. I actually thought the Packers were going to be pretty good this year, even with Jordan Love. I thought they're going to be sneaky in the North, okay? They might mess around, go 9-8, 10-7, win that division maybe. You know, I mean, Detroit's looked good outside of the other day, but you've got to beat the Broncos. You know, you get that kind of game in front of you, you've got to win that game. That's a team you should have put 24, 27, 30 points on. They didn't do shit. Pretty bad. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports 2 supporters. Peace them out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.